welcome to the PeakDay podcast.
Thank you.
We discuss fertility and natural family planning with our friends. And first, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Martha Haney, one of the co-hosts. And today we have Maria Alejandra Martinez, who is the new co-host for the PeakDay podcast. Welcome, Alejandra.
Thank you, Martha. This is a very exciting thing to start today, and thank you to Holly for accepting coming to talk to us today.
Right. So today's guest is Holly Livingston. She is the Couple to Couple League Senior Digital Media Lead. Welcome, Holly, to the PeakDay podcast.
Thank you.
Let's just jump right into the PeakDay app. That is something that you've been working on for quite a while now, very diligently, and because the PeakDay app is coming out very soon.
Yeah.
So what was your role in the development of the app?
Sure. So with the development of PeakDay, the first kind of piece was being a big part of the testing group of being somebody who does track and chart, being able to kind of use personal experience in testing out the development of the app. But as we get closer to the launch, I'm directly involved with the website creation and promotions and talking to everybody that's our current users of Cycle Pro Go and just making sure everybody kind of gets transitioned over well by communication.
Holly, what does make PeakDay different from other apps?
I think the biggest difference with PeakDay and other cycle charting apps is that it is directly related to natural family planning. Because it is developed with the symptothermal method in mind, you can track all different kinds of symptoms and fertility signs, and there's just it's a bigger pool of data that I can gather about my fertility and learn more about myself, my body, and what's going on. Mm-hmm. And I think that is what makes it very different than other apps.
What will CPG users, the Cycle Pro Go app users, experience when we switch over to PeakDay?
Sure. So the biggest difference is just going to be how it looks, how easy it is to use, how sleek and modern it looks. I think that it pretty much has all of the functions that Cycle Pro Go users love. But it's just an easier, user-friendly way to be tracking.
So how would you answer questions that might come up, when the switch is made, like, will my data transfer? Will it cost me any more? What do I need to do to make the switch happen? What would be answers to those kind of common questions?
Yeah, so everything is pretty automatic. You don't need to do anything if you're a current Cycle Pro Go user. Your data is going to transfer over, so you can continue using Cycle Pro Go while we're transitioning over, and all of that data is going to move over with it.
What have you enjoyed the most about working on this project? What is the most fun part of this project for you?
I think the most fun part about it is, the same with working for CCL, is the impact stories of how much this can help women and couples achieve their fertility goals and really strengthen their relationships. It's just really a very cool thing to be a part of.
Holly, who do you think should use PeakDay?
That's a great question. I think PeakDay is for anybody that wants to learn about their fertility or wants to learn about what's going on with their bodies. Young women can use it just to track their cycles, or couples can use it if they're planning or trying to achieve or postpone pregnancies. We have features that are helpful for anyone that's postpartum or in the perimenopause stages. So it's really for anyone that wants to know what's going on and how to kind of learn what's going on with their body.
So personally, Holly, what do you want to accomplish with PeakDay?
I enjoy using PeakDay because it boosts my confidence when I'm talking to my doctor about what's going on. John and I are trying to get pregnant, so it's been super helpful to know the fertile phases and infertile phases of my cycle, and also been super helpful in allowing me to talk to my doctor about what could be going on or changing, or if something doesn't seem quite right.
You are newly married, just a few months, correct?
Yeah, we got married in May, so we're just over 8 months of being married.
Congratulations.
Close to a year.
Thank you.
So what was your experience learning NFP as a couple?
Yeah, so obviously I kind of knew about natural family planning being an employee for Couple to Couple League. I also went to Catholic high school, and that was kind of the first time that I had heard about it during one of our vocations classes. We had a speaker come in and talk about fertility signs, and I just specifically remember her talking about mucus, and like that just stuck. There was a memory that stuck in my head about it during high school. So it was really important for me to kind of share that with John. He had obviously learned a lot from just what I was doing in my work day, but we did take the first class together while we were preparing for marriage, and then decided to wait to do class 2 and 3 as after we got married. But yeah, I think he is a very data driven guy. So he loves in PeakDay that we can compare my cycles and my charts and all of the stats that are coming up too.
Do you think the use of PeakDay will make your fertility journey easier?
I think using the PeakDay app gives you information that can help in communicating either with your spouse, your partner, your doctor, your medical professional. And I think in that regards, yes, it can definitely make the journey easier because you are aware, you can understand a little bit better what's going on, and then communicate that with other people and share that with other people. There's also a lot of support built into PeakDay. You can share your charts with teachers, you can share your charts with doctors, you can share your charts with whoever you want to share your chart with, and ask questions and get help from experts. And that is also super, super beneficial.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say to couples that are hesitant to learn about natural family planning?
I think a couple of benefits of natural family planning: it's pretty much free. I mean, you're reading what is naturally happening with your body and deciding with your spouse when to achieve or postpone pregnancy. It's safer. There are no harmful side effects to practicing natural family planning. And I think that's a huge thing right now. Everybody wants to be green. Everybody wants to be natural. Everybody is talking about that big topic. And I think that it's a great tool. So there's no risk in trying and just learning about it and deciding if it fits for you and your spouse.
Holly, you have been recently married, and we would like to ask you what piece of advice you will give to an engaged couple.
Oh, okay. Advice I would give to an engaged couple would be to take a deep breath and breathe, because even with all of the planning and the chaos, the day goes by so fast. that like just enjoying everything, I think is the important part.
Holly, when you were talking about your engagement period and how you and John really learned how to communicate, how do you think learning natural family planning and practicing natural family planning, how will that affect your relationship?
Yeah, I think a huge benefit of practicing natural family planning is the communication piece of I need to be communicating with John about my cycles, and he needs to be communicating to me about his feelings and thoughts, and I think it is a huge open door of building that communication. Of one thing that we have said a lot at CCL is if you can talk about mucus or you can talk about sex, you can talk about anything. So it's not even just about this topic. It bleeds into the other pieces of your relationship and being able to kind of communicate about anything.
Is there any particular thing that you think John wasn't aware about, but after taking the NFP class, he discovered, oh, I didn't know this?
Yeah, I think he had kind of vague ideas of like things that were happening with my body, but I think after taking the classes, kind of really realizing how much is happening, and just really, I think NFP also really helps you recognize the beauty of just being human and how amazing God created our bodies. Like it is really incredible that he gave us all of these signs for when we can achieve pregnancy and when we can't. Like it's just very beautiful. And I think that kind of deeper level of realizing how beautiful our bodies are is a big thing that John kind of took out of it.
Well, we wish you well in your new marriage for you and John.
Thank you,
Holly, for being our guest on the PeakDay podcast. So thank you for joining us on the PeakDay podcast. Alejandra and I will see you again in the next episode. Bye-bye.
See you soon.